Hey everybody, I want to show you guys this really awesome CPU profile. And this is more like a eco profile, right? It's Tree Hugger edition. You're trying to save on power, less voltage, less wattage, less heat. Let me show you something cool. So this is a 13900KS, even though it says 13900K. I don't know why CPU usually says that, but I assure you, you see the max TDP there. This is absolutely a KS, okay? Now, we're gonna go in the BIOS real quick, and we're gonna take a look at what I've done. Okay, so I essentially went into the BIOS, and this is really an efficient overclock all around. There's no fan on the memory, so it can get hot. I mean, like really hot, like 50, 60 Celsius, because it's air cooled. But I wanna show you what I'm running here. Come on now, get in there, get in there. There we go. Okay, all right guys, so I got my 13900KS SP104. What I did was, first of all, I went in and just ran a basic DDR5 8000, nothing fancy, okay? 1.35 volts to the memory. You know, slightly tweaked timings. I've reduced my system agent voltage down to 1.255. Could probably go a little more with these, just 1.35 memory controller and 1.3 IVR voltage. One big important thing here, what I did do was I went, and this is what really does this, you go to your CPU load line and set it to load line 1, right? Load line 1. Auto voltages, everything, the CPU is just running its default. Whatever it runs, it runs. That's what it does. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and escape the BIOS here. We're gonna jump into Windows. Got my EVGA shirt on here. It's actually one of my favorite shirts, but I wish I had more of them. I think I got a little hole in this one somewhere, actually. We're gonna jump into Windows here, and we're gonna run a Cinebench R23, and we're gonna take a look at that power consumption. We're gonna see what she does. Now, you know, see, the one thing about a 13900KS is, and it's really cool because you've got a 320 watt max power consumption with the KS. The 13900K only has the 250 watt, I believe. So it's got like a 250 watt power consumption. Let me open Cinebench there, hardware info. Okay, so you do get more, you know, you're warranted, right? Well, I'm not warranted because this CPU is direct die, but that is one, you know, valid point, right? With the KS, you're warranted with a CPU for more power consumption. Okay guys, so this is just running stock 5.6 gigahertz, 6 gigahertz boost on 2 cores. And of course you can see our VIDs here. All right, DDR5 8000, nothing fancy guys. This is just what the G-Skill 48 gig kit runs at, okay? 1.35 volts. We're shooting for low power. All right, I just changed the load line calibration to 1. Okay, let's run R23. Here we go. This thing might overheat, guys. I don't know. Hopefully not. We might even hit like 45 Celsius on our CPU. Okay, here we go, guys. What are we doing? 235 watts. Okay, that's pretty good. What's the CPU temperature? The CPU package is 45 Celsius. Okay. All right, what did we score here? 41,168, guys. That's a stock 13900KS SP104, right? Low dog. That's a low man right there, you know? You know, you're not gonna throw this up and be like, guys, I got an SP104 super sample. Here's the thing, all KSs are good. They're all great. They're all amazing. I've tested SP117s. I've tested 2 SP117s. That's a big thing there, like SP126, SP127P cores, SP103E cores, like these things were crazy. But barely better than this, right? Very small difference when you put them both on direct die and water cooling. I'll tell you a funny story. This CPU has only ran direct die. It's easy to degrade these chips. You can actually do it in just a day. You know, if you're running Cinebench and heavy benchmarks and stuff like that. When I got this CPU, I opened the box, put it in the delid tool, threw it in my computer, and it's had cool water flowing through it ever since. And I tell you, it's as good as it was since the first day. I never abuse my chips. Never, guys. This is my work computer. I know it looks kind of stupid, but this is my work system. I work from home, so I use this every single day. So I need my system stable. You know, of course, I love to play with different overclocking profiles, but I'll tell you, I never abuse a processor. And what I mean by that is running a load, like a stress test, for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. There's people who run this stuff for like 24 hours even and just murder your CPU. You're gonna absolutely degrade it. You're gonna shave off that elite top 10% right off the top, and it's gonna lose a lot of its ability. I've seen it with numerous 13900K chips. I've done it. I've seen it firsthand. You're testing a chip and you're like, wow, this is great. And the next day, it doesn't do that anymore. What happened, right? I'll tell you what happened. It degraded. It lost its edge. So I always recommend low temperatures. Don't abuse the CPU. Put it in your computer. If you want to overclock it a little bit, go, that's fine. But don't run no crazy stress test. It's going to dump 350, 400 watts through it for a long time. Give it a quick run. Get your scores, see your system is stable with real world applications, guys. You don't need a stability test. You're the stability test. Set your overclock and test your system. Run some games. Run your work applications. Run, move my mouse there. Run, whatever you think you need to run to see that it's gonna work reliably. You don't need to run like OCCT, CPU hammer tests, none of that stuff. These single R23 runs, nothing, right? It's good to get a baseline to see your system's performing properly. It's not overheating, it's running good. But guys, I'm running the stock power limit on this thing, right? You see there, it's gonna say, where is it? There it is, right there. PL limit, 320 watts, okay? I'm 100 watts away from it, pretty much. Well, 85. But anyways, my point is find a good balance that works. It's fun running these things, maxed out to the moon, and it's fun running them stock as well. They're super fast either way. But I wanted to share what this thing is like. You can see the minimum voltages, right? If we actually run this, let's run and see what that V core is, which is right there, right? Here's our V core. I'm gonna highlight this. Let me get a good focus on that. I'm gonna run this again. Here we go. Let's see what it says. 1.137 volts. Look at that. Look at that voltage. It's amazing. I'll take it, right? And that's 5.6 gigahertz. You're never gonna hit that power limit, The CPU is hitting, the package is it's hitting like 46 Celsius. Okay, let's check out the cores. Let's see what they're doing. This is a really cool profile. So they're all up here. Let me make this thing. Okay, so we can see the P cores are all right here. All right, let's see what these things are running. All right, we're gonna run this again. We're gonna see what these things are hitting. Let's hear it. Here we go. Look at that. We're running 41 to 50, all right? 41 Celsius, 41, 45, 50, 44, 43 on another one. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it's, you got a stock 13900 KS here, blistering fast. Amazing fast right here. Maximum power consumption, 236 watts. Our minimum V core, 1.099 volt or 1.096. So it's awesome, right? Really cool, really cool. You can see our ring is just doing its thing. It does stock, right? It runs anywhere between 45 to 5. Lighter loads, it runs 5 gigahertz on the cache or ring, whatever. But yeah, this thing's a lot of fun here playing with a 13900 KS. I tell you, I've had a SP110 Global 13900K, and that was an amazing CPU. I got that before the KS came out, and it had SP121 P cores. This chip is better, and it's got SP114 P cores. So it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense, but that's the reality of the situation. I'll tell you what a KS does when you're running the really hot loads, they handle that heat better. Where a normal 1390K, you may be running 5.8 gigahertz, even 5.7, chip hits like 88, 90 Celsius, it's gonna fall over. I'm done. Unless it has, more than enough voltage. But when you're really cutting it close on the voltage, 1390KS hits that 80s, 90. It's gonna hold strong. It's gonna, it's gonna maintain that stability. But guys, just a word of wisdom: take care of your CPUs. These things are getting hotter. They're running faster. They're more extreme. People are replacing them every year. Not even, guys have 1300K, like myself. 1300KS comes out, bam. Hey, I want a KS. I always take care of my CPUs. I don't burn them up. I don't, they run really cold. This CPU's probably never even hit 70. But I would avoid long-term stress testing. Use yourself as the stress test. Run a game. Make sure you run your video card stock, just in case that could be something that could cause crashing if you got a heavy overclock on that. And find your limits yourself, real world. Matter of fact, while we got this video going, let's take a look at some gaming. Where's my MSI? Let's run, what am I gonna run? Maybe a Plague's Tale. How about that? Let's see the CPU power consumption while we're gaming on this thing, okay? That's what I want to see, right? We'll jump up the DLSS. Hey, we got to see if it's stable as well, right? It's low voltage for a 1390KS for 5.6. Low voltage there. Okay, here we go. Newcomers. All right. Let me show you guys how to run this game. So this is 4K. DLSS is quality. Got everything like this. I do run a custom setup. This game runs kind of poorly. You can't run ray trace shadows or you'll get drops. Your 1% lows will hit 20, 30. So it is just a fault of the game. Kind of like Witcher 3 when they implemented a remastered ray tracing version. But I want to, let me turn on my OSD here. Let's turn this thing on. Let's make it big. There we go. All right, guys. See what our CPU power usage is looking like. All right, playing a game. Look at that. That's our CPU power usage right here, okay? Getting 112 frames a second. Okay, the video card's not overclocked, it's just running stock, okay? It's amazing. Look at those core temperatures. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome right there. We'll try another title as well. So 70, we're doing about 8, okay, we're hitting 80. 81. I'm sure if I do this, let's really give it something to scream about. Ultra performance. There we go. How many frames are we getting now? Look at that CPU power. 83 watts. That's my power supply screaming, by the way. You can hear it. Listen. Don't buy EVGA power supplies. They are garbage, okay? They do not know how to make one. I've had 2 of these. They both do this. Coil whine like nobody's business. I don't know what's going on with the EVGA. That's a 1300P plus. That's one of their newer ones. I had a 1300G plus before. Both of them. The 1300G plus actually popped and smoked. And I mean, I'm not sending that much power to them, you know, maybe 800 watts, maybe 900 with all the pumps and stuff. They're about 40 watts each. Okay, so yeah, you know, you see this power usage, guys. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing, you know? Okay, let's try another game. Okay, we'll do Battlefield. Let me back out a little bit, if I can. Okay, now I'm stuck on 1X here. All right, okay, we're gonna do Battlefield. We'll run a game with some juice here. Okay, where is Battlefield? Why is it not showing up? That's so funny. It says to install and the game is installed already. It's like, come on, man. What are you doing? See? Now it says play. It's so funny it does that. Okay, update it real quick. Let's see. Hopefully it's nothing big. If I run out of storage, guys, we're not going to be playing Battlefield, unfortunately. I hope I don't. But this video may end abruptly. But we're going to play it. We're going to see that power consumption. See what it's like. R23 is probably going to use more than anything. So I'm going to guess and say, you know, on the initial launch, this game's going to use a lot of power, right? And then, of course, less while you're playing it. All right, guys, I'm not waiting on Battlefield. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what we are gonna play. We're gonna play this. That'll work. That'll work. 144 watts, 132. All right, I wonder if it's got to do with shader compiling. It may. Maybe not. We're gonna see. $190 watts, 197 on the CPU. It looks like it's maybe doing the shader compile. Is it? Yes, it is. This is a perfect example, guys. We're building shaders. Okay, so you get to see that real world power usage. 200 watts. This is gonna be your worst case scenario here, all right? Look at the core usage. Look at that. It's funny when this game first came out, if you read all the reviews, everybody's like, I just bought the game, I can't play it. I just bought it, the game's not working. What's going on? Okay, and there was nothing wrong with the game. And everybody's saying this game is broken, it's glitched, it's crashing, it's crashing, it's crashing, while it was compiling shaders. But there was nothing wrong with the game. It was just demanding. It's pushing someone's CPU to insane wattage. Imagine if somebody owns a 1300 KS with an inadequate cooler, okay, poor thermal paste, who knows, it could be pre-built. And that thing is just gonna be rocking 400 watts of power, 350 watts of power. What do you think is gonna happen to a CPU cooler? That thing is gonna fall over, okay? Then there's the memory usage. We're using about 14 gigs of RAM right now. It would actually crash a lot with memory overclocking. So if your system was not absolutely stable on the vanilla version of The Last of Us on PC, you weren't playing. I was playing it, okay? I was playing the game, and I learned that early on. If your system was not stable during the shader compile, you were not gonna be able to play. Anyways, I'm not gonna let you guys sit through all of this. I just wanted you to be able to see that power consumption. right? If R23 uses 235 watts, The Last of Us is using 200 watts. How many people's systems out there do you think can run R23 for 30 minutes or longer? Not that many. Not that many systems. So that's why it was crashing their systems. And this is the updated version. All right, it's more updated. The early one used even more power. Not just that, is it slamming your CPU and your system memory, it's pushing your GPU. Well, I mean, what am I even rendering here, right? I'm just looking at a window. Look at that. 100, wait, does that say? Oh, okay. I was thinking, yeah. So it's just pushing that GPU to the moon here. 430 watts, 375 watts. So it's literally taking your whole system, sitting in a menu, and hammering that thing. This is going back to that real world stability test I refer to, So anyways, it's, and we're only at 7%, guys, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you know exactly what I'm talking about with this title here, okay? It does its shader compile. I haven't played it in a few weeks, so it hasn't done this, and I don't know why it's even doing it again, but I guess it just does it every once in a while. So, but it's a heavy game, very, very heavy title. Anyways, I just want to show some real world power consumption. Wow, do I have Elden Ring? I guess I do have it. Let me see, is it installed? Oh, it's not downloaded. Okay, I was gonna launch that. Okay. Yeah, but I tell you, the Last of Us is a hammer. Man, I know you guys are waiting on this one. Look at that, Starfield. How about it? I know I'm waiting for it. Man, what is wrong with this game? I tell you, it happens to me every time. There's a problem with Sniper Elite 5. It's broken. If you guys ever have that happen with Sniper Elite 5, let me know. I tried to play with my son last weekend. I couldn't play because it says that. I don't know why. Something wrong with just this game. I reinstalled it last night, forgot all about it. Okay, I can't play it. Is this oh, Battlefield's done. Okay. All right, this video is at 22 minutes. Okay, let me close out of Steam. Come on. Steam's a slow app, I tell you. It's a slow one. Okay, guys, here we go. We're getting into some Battlefield. Where's my OSD? I want to see the CPU power. Where is it? Where's my OSD? There it is. All right, guys, CPU power consumption here. I'm gonna take a look. I imagine it's gonna be pretty efficient, even on 128 player maps. And there's no throttling or anything, of course. We're just, we're gonna play. Okay, let's check my graphics settings here. Here we go. Okay, full screen, 4K, 120 hertz. And of course, we got everything on ultra. We're running ray tracing, all right? I think. Am I running ray tracing? Yeah, DLS is off. I'm gonna put that on. I want more frames. The more frames, the higher power consumption your CPU is gonna get, because the more frames your GPU is feeding that thing. Okay, all right guys, yeah, we're running 4K there. Okay, here we go guys. We're gonna do 128 players. We're gonna see how this looks. How's the power consumption there? We'll see what it looks like. I'm just picking a bunch of random games, so you guys kind of see what's what. Okay, look at that. Look at the frame rate. That's so funny. The frame rate scales, the power scales. That's hilarious. All right, guys, I'm gonna get a tripod here. So I can play and watch at the same time. I'll let you guys see that power usage. turn this a little bit here. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I'm focused on our CPU power consumption. Here we are. We're doing Battlefield, and we're doing 4K, and it feels absolutely smooth. I'll say that. We're getting 100 frames per second. That's very reasonable. The guy's gonna kill me for sure if he sees me. All right, so you can see our CPU power consumption, 130 watts. This is nothing. It's absolutely nothing, and we're on a 128 player map. And we're getting 100 frames. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys something. If you look at this, all right, display. Let's see more CPU power. Let's take that DLSS and let's put it on ultra. Okay, ultra performance. All right, here we go. We're doing 139 frames per second now, and I tell you, it feels so smooth. It feels absolutely smooth. Man, these guys are far away. Let's go run around a bit here. You can see our CPU power. Someone always says that to me. They're like, well, your CPU power is low because your frame rate is low. And I'm thinking, huh? Man, I'm aiming terribly. My frame rate is off from what my hand is used to, okay? So I've gone ahead and I've put this thing on like ultra performance, and my hand is just not calibrated. So I'm gonna miss every shot. I'm gonna have to put that back on quality. It gets about 100 frames, so I'm good with that. I'm only on 120 hertz monitor anyways, so I'm definitely okay with that. All right. Let's get a bipod, guys. There's a guy over here. We're gonna dump him if we can. Yes, I've played this game a lot. I've unlocked almost everything on this gun. As you can see, even though I'm not doing that great right now. So, all right, guys. So there you have it. 135 so watts playing this. Let me go back to my normal graphics settings here, which is DLSS on quality. That's how I run it. And you can see this is 4K, guys. Maxed out ray tracing. The performance is solid. When you change the graphic settings, it skips right there for just a moment, I guess, when we get back in the game. But this is a 3090. Like, this is amazing. It's like, okay. It's not overclocked at all. It's just running the stock 3090 520 watt BIOS. I actually just flashed the BIOS on it. And you can see this performance here. Absolutely amazing. First, you're going to run a benchmark. This will show us our minimums, our 1%, 0% lows. I've always been kind of curious about that. I'll tell you, it feels absolutely smooth. That's surprising. Let's put on this scope on here. Let's see, let's take a look. Oh man, I gotta get back in the groove, guys. I haven't been Battlefield in about a month, to be honest. Okay, there you have it, guys. Take a look at that power usage: 116, 120, 130 watts. That's amazing. I mean, that's phenomenal. So if you have a 1300K, you got 1300 KS, guys, go and reduce your LLC load line. Default, it's on 3. Okay, I noticed that it's on 3. I've got it on 1 right now. If I reset my BIOS, I already posted a video on that. Showed you guys the power consumption. I think it was like 280 watts. Well, hey, R23 uses 235 watts on a full power 1300 KS. That's going to come in handy if your cooler's not very good. All right, so, and one more note. Don't overkill your chips with stress testing. Use real world testing, guys. Anyways, that's going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed this, learned something. I will see you all in the next one, and I'll see you later. And by the way, check out those GPU temps. 27 Celsius. That's amazing. All right, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching.